संदूका दिल दा संदूका ते अखियां दी रोशनाई सैफ मादूक सफर
Namaste, Assalamu alaikum and hello. I'm Raksha from Solopassport. Today I'm here in beautiful Kashmir and I'm doing the Kashmir Great Lakes trek, which is for 6 days trek. So I'll tell you more about the trek as and when this video progresses. So hang on, sit tight and watch this video. Kashmir Great Lakes, in short KGL trek, is one of the most beautiful treks in India. Starting from Sonmarg, the KGL trail welcomes the trekkers with sheer raw beauty of Kashmir. The reason why the trek is known as Kashmir Great Lakes is because of the spectacular alpine lakes the trail passes through. On the trail, we at least saw 10 alpine lakes that varied in different colors, ranging from turquoise blue to green. The KGL trek is a 6 days difficult high altitude trek, and it goes through a maximum altitude of 13,715 feet. In 6 days, the trekkers cover around 75 kilometers with lots of ascents and descents. As it is a challenging trek, the trek does ask for a good fitness level from all the trekkers. The trek is open for 3 months, between the months of July and September, as the weather is pleasant and not too cold. By the way, sorry guys, you cannot see snow on the trail during these months. However, you can see glaciers a bit from far, but they are visible and they're beautiful. As the trek is in remote areas of Kashmir, this trek requires a lot of permission from the army, and there are many checkpoints throughout the trail where the identification of the trekkers are verified. Also note that there is no mobile connectivity throughout the trail. I did this trek with India Hikes, and this was my second trek with them. The reason why I really enjoyed trekking with them was because of the safety protocols. Even though they are on the expensive side, I have always felt that their standards to be higher, and I like the fact that they usually communicate and inform all the trekkers about the trek continuously after the booking. On our day 1 of the trek, we were picked up from Srinagar to travel to Naranag. We stayed at Naranag base camp at an altitude of 7,800 feet, and the campsite was set up next to a stream, which was absolutely stunning. It was a relaxing day mostly, but in the evening we had the briefing from our trek lead and spent the rest of the time in rentals and socializing. On day 2, we started our day really early to reach Sonmarg, where the trek started. From Sonmarg, we trekked for around 12 kilometers to reach Nichnai campsite, and it took us 6 to 7 hours, where we gained an altitude of approximately 3,000 feet. The Nichnai campsite was at 11,607 feet. Unfortunately, the sunny weather was short-lived and we were blessed by the rain god, and most of the trail we did have lots of rain and hailstorm, which made the day a bit harder than what it was. At least the Kashmiri kahwa and the Maggi at the local dabas helped us a lot during the trail. The day 3 was the hardest for me. The clothes, shoes, the bags, and everything that we had were wet. This was the day where I questioned myself, did I really want to do this trek? In spite of all the questionings and the self-doubt, I did carry on with the trail. On this day, we trekked from Nichnai to Vishnu Sir via Nichnai Pass. The trek was for 12 kilometers, and again it took us around 7 hours to reach the Vishnu Sir campsite. Vishnu Sir campsite, that is just next to Vishnu Sir lake, is at an altitude of 12,011 feet, and the Nichnai Pass that we crossed is at 13,229 feet. Day 4 of the trek was the longest day and is the day where we reached the highest point on the trail. That was at Gatsar Pass at an altitude of 13,715 feet. The trek was from Vishnu Sir to Gatsar campsite via Gatsar Pass, and it was for 16 kilometers, and that took us approximately about 8 hours. The Gatsa campsite is at 10,706 feet. Day 5 was the easiest day of all the days. Our trek was from Gatsa campsite to Satsar campsite, which is at 11,985 feet. The trek was around 12 kilometers and it took us just 5 hours. On day 6, we had to trek the boulders and reach Gangabal campsite. I absolutely loved this day as I enjoyed trekking over boulders and rocks. We passed through Zaj Pass at 13,276 feet and trekked for around 9 kilometers in 6 hours to reach Gangabal campsite. Day 7 was the last day of our trek, and this was the toughest day of the entire lot. The trek is for 13 kilometers in 6 hours, where we start from Gangabal campsite to reach Naranag. The day is all through descent, and the descent almost kills the knees. Make sure you wear your knee braces to protect your knees. I also wore an ankle support, which I think was one of the best decisions that I took during the trail. And this is also the day where we bid goodbyes to our beloved trek lead and head back to Srinagar. The KGL trek comprises of majestic mountains, glaciers, flower beds, pristine alpine lakes, smiling locals, and many wow moments. Now that we have talked about the trek, details and itinerary, let's talk about how much it costs to do the trek. The total expenses, including the transfers, flights, trekking charges with India Hikes, food and other miscellaneous charges, is around Indian rupees 40,000. I'm listing the expenses considering the travel from Bangalore and assuming that you already have the trek gear required. The expenses can be brought down by booking in flights well in advance and also going with another trekking agency that charge way less than India Hikes. The KGL trek has surely been one of my most favorite multi-day treks in the Himalayas. I enjoyed the trek so much that I still have the hangover from the trek. The trail, the people I met, the landscapes, and everything was so perfect and pretty. I highly recommend doing the Kashmir Great Lakes trek at least once in your lifetime, and I guarantee you that you will not regret it. I'm ending this beautiful video of Kashmir Great Lakes with this amazing song that we all did. आए हो किस बगिया से